My heart, pumping all day long. Get me the morning when darkness comes. My heart, ooh. It takes so long to mend. It's harder to lean on this shell of a man. You found love in the Lord, your family and your friends. Could you please pray for me that I can find the same within? My heart, pumping all day long. When the evening comes, please stay strong. Give me the morning when darkness falls. My heart, I found victory in the Father's love from the day we wed. And those vows still hold true. Nothing's gonna tear me down until the day I'm dead. My heart belongs to you. I'm gonna pick my bones up and walk through the storm I made. I'm gonna head on home before it gets too late. I turn it upside down and be thankful for what he gave. I'm gonna pick my bones up and walk through the storm I made. I'm gonna hold on tight to you when it gets rough. I'm gonna lay down all my cards and call your bluff. Because the one thing in this moonlit room I trust is the beauty of your smile and the warmth inside your touch. Oh, there's nothing like a love, nothing like a love of a woman. The way she holds you tight, way she holds you tight when you need it most. Just that little bit, just to keep on living. nothing like the love of a woman. The way she holds you tight, way she holds you tight when you need it most. It gives you just that little bit, just to keep on living. And that's when you find out what you're made of. That's when you find out. That's when you find out what you're made of. My heart is like a lighthouse, just trying to get you home. Your soul is like an anchor, just dragging you along. Pay no mind to what I'm saying. I've been drinking all day long. I just wanna hold you while we dance to this song. We were younger when we first laid eyes. I was walking up in heaven's skies. How about you? Did you feel it too? Don't believe in love at first sight. Now you make me wanna change my mind. How about you? Oh, how about you? My heart is like a lighthouse, just trying to get you home. Your soul is like an anchor, dragging you along. Pay no mind to what I say. I've been drinking all day long. I just wanna hold you while we dance to this song. Trying to get you home. Your soul is like an anchor, just dragging you along. Pay no mind to what I say. I've been drinking all day long. I just wanna hold you while we dance to this song. I just wanna hold you, just wanna hold you while we dance to this song. is falling slow. It's cold, we know. We're standing in it too. You're there, your hair is soaking wet. Please take my jacket. You look better in it anyway. You look better in it anyway. Just take it. Just take it. Watching you go through it. You're living, you're loving, you're laughing, you're playing, you're singing, you're dancing in the dark. You're dancing in the dark. I said I'm sorry. You're dancing in the dancing in the dark. Wind is always at my back. My back is always strapped with these things that I call my own. Life, it isn't always grand, but when you finally take that stand, you become a man. You needed to You meant everything to me. Why you left, I could not see. I guess people just do what they want. Time, it goes faster every day, and my heart, it leads the way, while the future, it fades into a memory. Is always at my back. My back is always strapped with these things that I call my own.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
As the world watches and listens in horror, the peaceful pro-democracy demonstration in China comes to a violent and bloody end.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wolves hiding nearby, whispering do or die around me. You say your last good night while I get
There is another very important phase of warfare. It has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy.
The target of psychological warfare is against the enemy's mind.
It is words and ideas.
The ammunition used by Psywar.
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy soldier, and at the same time
is expected and encouraged to study foreign languages and the social sciences such as history, economics, and sociology. He must have a broad and sympathetic understanding of all phases of human experience.
gripping at my skin, the walls of night closing.
but the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
As I wait to say my last goodbye.
These are the Psywar soldiers.
How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Caught Up. It's episode 27, and it's on a Thursday night instead of a Friday night. Reason being is we're going to be traveling tomorrow because we're going to see People on the Porch live Saturday. We'll have that here on this channel Saturday. So we'll get this show going here in just a second, as we always do. Tonight, I want to do a short recap of all things America and then the Devolution series. We're going to do it as well. And, oops, I made a mistake. Hang on one second, guys. Here we are. Try this out. So remember, guys, Caught Up is an echo chamber for content creators. Almost all content on the show Caught Up is created by citizen journalists. I share content created by citizen journalists who I believe to be the best at finding facts buried deep into the abyss, or outlets who I believe to be best for verifiable information. We have to operate within their system, and we only have the information that they allow us to have. These individuals who nerd out on fact-finding missions and then add their opinions to better inform me to make the best choice for me in this war of narratives is resolute. The information war is a battle for your mind and ultimately compliance. I'm excited to share the content in hopes you'll turn off mainstream media, who I believe is just a version of entertainment. So once again, guys, welcome to Call It Up. There's a like button down there. There's a comment or a live chat. There's all those things down there, as always, for your pleasure, whatever, right? So obviously we all know what's been going on, right? Big last, week. Some would say maybe big last 3 or 4 weeks, right? When you add Biden and everything that's going on in his camp, and then you add what happened last Saturday with Trump. Sort of weird. They have how do you say this? Let's see. They are figuratively killing Joe Biden, while literally they tried to kill Donald J. Trump, right? I mean, that's just what happened. We all saw it live. So it's kind of like a yin yang, good bad type thing, good evil, right? I mean, however you want to look at that stuff. So, but then you had the RNC, right? With the RNC, out comes JD Vance, vice president elect to be whatever, and threw a lot of us a curve there. Never saw that coming type thing, and then obviously we don't know enough about him, and he probably becomes one of the most researched guys probably on the planet over the last 3 days, right? So very cool things happened, right? A lot of stuff that went on. First of all, before we get any further, I do not know if you all know that I think July is, I know it's glioblastoma awareness month. I think yesterday was glioblastoma awareness day. If you're not familiar with glioblastoma, it's a rare form of brain cancer. The reason it is important to me and my family is because our daughter, who I will share one day in the future, didn't overcome a glioblastoma. My wife, and just to tell you that I have a lot of heroes in my family. My grandfather was a World War II guy, drill sergeant, Illinois militia. Way back then, you know what I mean? Several uncles who were in Vietnam. Dad wanted to serve but couldn't, was an epileptic and wasn't allowed to. We have some heroes there. I have a brother who was in the Navy that was a F-18 mechanic, and then in some capacity, and was overseas for I don't know, one of those. I don't want to say the wrong name and mess it up. And then I have 2 sons who are former Marines, and so I have a few heroes that I love in my family. Well, my daughter, she fits that too, because she is the toughest one that I know. And anyway, and then my wife, who graciously took care of our daughter for forever, it seemed like. Yeah, just one day I will tell you the story, but just wanted to make everybody aware that July is glioblastoma awareness, and wear something gray. Let me see. Make sure I get this correct. Hashtag faith strong. Post a picture wearing something gray. Hashtag faith strong. Hashtag faith strong. And one day I will tell you the story of my hero daughter Faith. Anyway, back to what's been going on this week. I just want to make people aware, man. Glioblastoma is a big deal. Cancer is a big deal in this country. Lost more than one family member to it. But anyway, back to the show. Figuratively killing Biden, trying to truly kill President Donald J. Trump. A whole setup, all things that could go wrong did go wrong. So if you watch any of my shows and you see anything about who I am, I like all the exposure. Like I call Joey a sponge. He's not a president. In my opinion, he's not duly elected. He's not lawfully elected. He didn't get 81 million votes. The burden of proof falls on them, and they can't prove it. But he's been allowed to take this role. This is his character, and he's been exposed for everything that could go wrong within our country, that could go wrong and can go wrong and has gone wrong under his so-called illegitimate, unlawful administration. So Joey the Sponge has soaked up everything. But prior shows, I go into how about when you expose somebody for who they are, what do you do? You make him a president, right? At least in this instance, make him a president, and you show everything that he's done under the sun. You know what I mean? Everything that he's done under the sun. You know what I mean? He just shows what a career politician, and everything that he was for over the last 50 years also came out under Joey the Sponge's administration. So he's been exposed. We have seen how the country is not supposed to run. We're not supposed to run on executive orders, Congress, voting. Oh, but if we go back to if voting was truly real and legal, then we're probably not having these discussions, and then the conspiracy theories would probably be truly conspiracy theories, but they're not. They're not at all. So God played a role in saving President Donald J. Trump to make sure that he would be there, hopefully for the next 4 years. Then if not, at least he carries on to continue to be the family man and the papa and the dad and the husband and all those things. Good man, right? So God played a role in how the structure of this could turn out in our country if you choose to believe. I believe, I have faith, believe in Jesus Christ, and that's not what the show is about. But what we saw last Saturday, that's true. It plays a role. Just period in the story. You'll never change my mind. So then J.D. Vance pops out of the waves. And if you listen to Devolution Power Hour last night, they went into great detail about how maybe we should have saw this coming and didn't. I know Donald Trump Jr. has had him on his radar for a little while. I think he's had him on his podcast, and maybe we should have saw this coming, So what we know about him is that in the beginning, in 2015, 16, whatever it was, he wasn't a fan of Trump, and a lot of people weren't. Don't fault him there, I guess, just trying to figure things out. But, we fast forward to where we are today, and then last night at the RNC, the speech that he gave, and of course we know that the RNC, this is their party, this is their come together, come to Jesus thing here, and they want, this is what they're there for. And so the message is more or less for them than the rest of the world. But we learned some interesting things about JD. Again, some more things, right? Vance. And so his grandmother was tough, apparently, Mamaw. And he told us a lot of things that we already knew about President Trump. And then kind of gave some insight about what it was that he likes to get involved with. And so then So it was pretty interesting. And then the fact that he's a former Marine, and yeah, so I guess it's yet to be determined, but this gentleman, Vance, is supposed to be the next guy to take over the movement, the MAGA movement, the Make America Great Again movement, the whatever you want to call it, America First, for us patriots in our country and our God, you know what I mean? And so that's yet to be seen. And time will tell when that happens, So there's an interesting fact there, or facts there, or we'll see. What I can tell you is it seems like the mainstream media is trying to get ahead of the JD Vance thing because they weren't on it obviously either, and by doing so, they are out there trying to make it appear is I guess he's not a Trump guy, you know what I mean? But maybe after last night's RNC, maybe he is. Maybe he is. And seeing that you have President Trump speaking tonight, if he's not speaking now, it's 8 o'clock, he might be. So how do you compete with that? Probably don't. Not even trying to. I just know that if I didn't get out and tell you guys tomorrow, my show wouldn't be on tomorrow because I'd be traveling to the Nashville area because we're going to the People on the Porch event there where they're live, and we're going to air it on the channel Resolute Exposure, 8 o'clock. So it's probably 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central time is what it'll be on. And it's on Instagram and all those other favorite social media accounts. And you can find that information there if you want to go to, and I forget the name of the place, but it's an airfield. And I don't want to mess that part up either. So you can check it out. And if not, tune in Saturday, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central time, about an hour before they go on stage. They're the main event, and then we will listen to them live, and they're great. They're great. I know I keep playing the same 5 songs at the beginning and the end of each of my episodes, but it's just, they're good. I love them, and the fact that they allow me to play their music is even better. And then I have Center Mass Customs right here. Whoops, yeah, right there, Center Mass Customs. They're also on Instagram. Get on there and check them out and see the engravings that get done. And yeah, check that stuff out. So be on tomorrow, right? We will be on Saturday. So let's get into some things. You know how this works, ladies and gentlemen. Some Gateway Pundit for a second. We'll peruse through it real quick. And let me see. Right there with volume and share. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gateway Pundit. This is hang on one second. All right. I just want to make sure that my big head's not in this real quick while we run through the Gateway Pundit here. Real quick, like. Okay, here we go. Maybe not. Maybe not. It won't let me scroll. Let's refresh this. There we go. All right, how about this? Look here, this is breaking. Biden to drop out of race as early as Sunday. Won't endorse Kamala Harris. Huh. Y'all believe that? I don't think he's dropping out. But still, if he drops out and they endorse Kamala, I mean, I'll take that party right there. You know, I'm not afraid of that at all. You know what I mean? Final night at RNC. Tucker Carlson speaks at 7 Central. Oh, and then President Trump at 9. Maybe we'll be in time. Hey, maybe we can watch a little bit of that. Maybe not. Who knows? Look here. Trump assassination attempt. Federal snipers overlooked rooftop snipers 40 feet away. Could have just walked over to stop him. We saw that, guys. We saw the videos. We saw what the people were sharing and all that, you know. All that good stuff. This comment. Jake Tapper compares Joe Biden to famous movie character who doesn't know he's already dead. I don't know. Yeah, Trump during private RNC speech. God was with me. He was. See, look here. Joe Biden rambles incoherently. Tells black entertainment television host he got arrested for being on the porch with a black family. See, guys, they are allowing this. Let's see. Go back here. They're allowing that to happen. They're allowing Joe to go through that. You know what I mean? Really are. Horrible. Horrible. Let's see. The MDNC councilwoman caught on video being biting New York police. Whatever. If you can't beat him, join him. Top Biden surrogate rep Joyce Betty claims. Now look here. Hulk Hogan to speak at Republican National Convention. If you ain't watched the National Convention ever, I haven't watched one till this year and just watched parts of it, right? Look here, the great Lou Dobbs has passed away. I don't know much about him, wasn't a fan. I thought I seen something on Truth about it, you know, law enforcement controlling news about Trump rally assassination attempt with disreputable anonymous sources. Look, we all know the FBI and them guys, they're not going to give us the truth. We knew this. They don't have to give us the truth. We saw it live, didn't we? We know what they did. Look, Nashville councilwoman blames Trump for his attempted assassination. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here on a limb. If you're thinking that what happened to Trump was rigged, staged, whatever, probably not very smart. Who does something like that? I have no clue. If you're running around here saying that we missed, we had our opportunity, we had our chance, you don't have much of a soul. Much as I don't like Joe Biden, much as I just not Joe Biden, just about 98, 99% of what's up there in Washington, D.C. Don't like none of them. Damn sure wouldn't want that to happen to them, what happened to Donald Trump, our president. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I feel sorry for Joe Biden because Jill Biden and the rest of the family, they're enjoying themselves on the taxpayer dollars while they're destroying Joe Biden. This is what happens when you don't play within the system. He was playing within the system until about a month ago when he decided to do the debate. Well, and once they got him to do the debate, they wanted him to bring up, was it Project 2025? He didn't do that either. Guess what? He's got all the elite, the donors, and everybody else. They don't want him now. You know, you got, what is it? Half the politicians up there, Pelosi, with Schumer, to get rid of him. It's time for him to step down. Yeah, buddy. Right? Oops. Right? I don't know. Right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. 2024 will define America. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Let's see. Ojo, Barack Obama doubts Joe Biden's viability. Tells top Democrat allies Biden's path to victory has greatly diminished. Say the least. Greatly diminished. Let's see. Butler County Sheriff claims responding officers did not wear body cams. BS. There's not a cop in the nation that doesn't have a body cam, I don't believe. May not be fact, just my opinion. He's headed that way. Top Democrat aides and close friends of Biden's all predict he'll drop out of presidential race as soon as this weekend. Really? Let's see. MSNBC uses LED screen to make it appear as though they are reporting on site at the RNC. Look there. Maddow. Yep. Hey, I hear that the Secret Service, or at least I saw an ad, that they were looking for experienced roofers. Someone that wasn't afraid to get up there. Joe Biden falls apart during the catastrophic interview. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Joey Reid suggests Trump's assassination attempt was staged. See what I mean? No soul. None whatsoever. Tiger Woods. Whatever. So let's see here. Let's do this. Let's go to Epoch Times. Trump to accept GOP nomination days after assassination attempt. He's our champion, ladies and gentlemen. He is our champion. Now look here. Epoch is there at the RNC. Yep. Watch it live there. Very cool. Something happened, didn't it? Something happened. It went to caught up. It went to mine. Let's see what happens here now. Let's see. Premium reads 39 things to know about J.D. Vance. A breakdown of the assassination attempt. What the SCOTUS decision on homeless encampment means. Crazy. Look here. It says exclusive. After injured Trump arrived in Pennsylvania, hospital ER patients prayed. Exclusive. Well, where's it bounce to the caught up screen? Fixing to find out here. I really wasn't aware that he went to the hospital.
Who was that? Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, we're front row, and my friend saw blood coming out of his head.
Oh, Jesus. There he is.
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Oh, God.
He's walking. He's walking.
Yeah. He's walking on his own.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool right there. It's pretty cool. They prayed for him. Did you see that? Oh my God, he's walking. He's walking. You know, if you watched that happen live on TV, your heart probably dropped, your emotions. Oh my God, because I mean, if you weren't a Trump supporter, you wouldn't have been watching it anyway, but you would have been. You watched it live. It just happened. It was just like 9/11, like Ronald Reagan, like Elvis, like all those things. You know what I mean? And you'll never forget where you were, what you was doing, where you was at, who you was talking to, all those things. And then when you seen him stand up and throw his arm in the air, say fight, fight, fight. That elation that came out of you because he was alive. He was standing, he was talking. You could read his lips. You know, all those things. Had to be an emotional roller coaster. Far more amazing than your favorite football team winning in the last second while being down the whole game. For me, I was somewhere else. I got a text, you know, from a friend while I was at another friend's place. When I saw it, what he was trying to say, I didn't jump to my phone. I didn't go to a TV. I waited till I got back to the house a couple hours later, and I pulled it up. And for me, I didn't have that same emotion because I knew he was alive. But to watch it, but to have been watching it live, I witnessed the Space Shuttle Challenger blowing up January 28th, 1986. Lived in Fort Myers, Florida at the time. It was, seems like sixth grade in school, Lee Middle Elementary School, right? And we were somewhere where we were watching it take off on a big giant screen TV. Once it got up so high in the air, all you had to do was look up, and there you could see the Space Shuttle Challenger like we'd saw many times before when they took off. Seen him take off at night, seen him take off during the day. Whether you believe it to be true or not, it's what I saw as a 12-year-old in sixth grade, January 28th, 1986. Goes up, turns, boom, blows up. Little kids, girls, crying, teachers, this, that, and the other. I'll never, ever forget where I was when that happened, what I was doing, whatever. Never. And there's going to be a lot of people that have that over what happened on last Saturday, right? So, yeah. Yep. So, let's see. Hang on one second. Sorry, guys. Y'all know me. So it was a Tuesday show when I had Danny Elson for People on the Porch, who I hope becomes a reoccurring guest on Tuesdays because Tuesdays works well with him. And everything that could go wrong, with the exception of the laptop just dying and everything just going away, it did. My earbuds didn't hook up. I couldn't hear him, or couldn't hear him very, very well. And just all kinds of different things went on, and it just didn't work out the way that it was. Then at the very end, it did the whole, like, somebody stuck me on fast forward type garbage. And when that happens, sort of, it's kind of out of my control. I have no no earthly control over that, whatsoever. So if you watch the show, the beginning was great, stunk. The middle was okay. There was back and forth over everything we were talking about and discussing. And then there at the end, it went all downhill from there. So hopefully on Tuesday, when I do my Tuesday show, maybe we can get Danny Elson back. By then I got a better pair of headsets coming. We'll see if it works. If not, then I'll go back to the old earbuds, but I'll just have to go buy a nice pair of earbuds. You know how it is. It's how we make things work around here. So let's go check out Twitter for a second, or X, whatever it's called. Let's see. Here we go. My favorite, man, here recently has been the Dilly Meme Teams and Phantom Shadow. They're great. Let's see. Just Human. Gavin Newsom and Gretchen Whitmer have communicated to senior party leaders that they would be interested in serving as Harris's running mate, according to people familiar with candidates in the mix to join the Harris atop the ticket. Now, this is Just Human, who has his own show on Rumble and also has Substack, and he does Defected on Sunday nights on Badlands and does DPH on Wednesday nights with Burning Bright John Harold, right? So what do they know? You shared this. Somebody knows something, right? Post assassination. Trump is such a stud. Oh my God, that's funny. I hope you don't have sour feelings, right? So look there, man, Hogan.
Whatever I can to let people know that Donald Trump is our leader. He's our gladiator, man. He's our hero. Right now, I'm really focused on this country getting back on track, really focused on doing whatever I can to let people know that Donald Trump is our leader. He's our gladiator, man. He's our hero. Right now, I'm really focused on this country getting back on track, really focused on doing whatever I can to let people know that Donald Trump is our leader. He's our gladiator, man. He's our hero. Right now, I'm really focused.
Very cool. I don't know if you know who Hogan is, but I do. Cat turd. We having fun yet? Let's see. Line for JD Vance in advance of Kamala debate. I'm excited for the debate with Kamala Harris. I haven't won a single argument with an Indian woman for the last 10 years, so it'll be nice to win one for a change. Very good. Very, very good. Julie Kedley, while you settle in for a historic night, one of the most powerful institutions and interests in the country did everything possible to prevent, relish in the disarray and dysfunction of the Democratic Party. We can all drink to this. I'll tell you what, it's bigger than the Democratic Party. It's a uniparty. A uniparty. War Pigs. What a song. Oh, look, here's Biden. Congratulations to European Commission President on her re-election. Did he didn't write that. What's this? Even in the face of this, we're still here. Let's see what they say.
For him, it was a proof of life for America and MAGA. It was like, even in the face of this, we're still here and we're still exactly who we are and unchanged by this. They won't make us them. It's like, that's the impossible thing. Like that's the fighting. To me, when he's doing that fight thing, it's kind of funny because it's counterintuitive, but it's like, he's not saying like, go out and fight somebody. It's like, he's saying, fight your inner battle against becoming like them.
Yeah.
Fight to remain exactly who you are. And that's, well, it's obviously how people felt because they didn't go out and fight anybody. They were all like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Everybody's all right. All right. Does anybody need help? Conservatives.
That's amazing. It's amazing
what conservatives do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody, I haven't seen any reports of anybody acting out in some way. That's who we are. And it's just like we were like that on J6. We were like that on June 1st, 2020. We were like that throughout the summer riots. We were like that in November of 2020 and all the way in December, January, and every time since. And the only time there's been any incident, it's been some random person that's an outlier psycho.
Right.
Or it's some paramilitary infiltrated group.
Yep.
The rest is all peace. Yes.
Yeah.
The rest, or it's Ukrainians that are in the country and then disappear and we hear nothing about them ever again. So like, that's what, to me, that's what the fight is. Fight to be exactly who you are, and don't let them change who you are, because we win. That is the ultimate infinite play. The ultimate play on the infinite game board, right, is to remain who you are in the face of people trying to corrupt you. And that's what Trump is telling us to fight. I believe that's the impression. But it's weird because it's something intuitive. It's something that you look and you see the body language, and even in like freaking 24-bit GIF on X, it comes through. And with each like pump of his fist, you see the crowd like respond like, and more respond and more respond. The people and catch on, and they're like, "Yes, we got it." Yep. Now the other people, you said about the left watching. I want to talk about how foreign nations are watching this too, but I don't want to jump to that yet. In case you have anything more you want to say.
Well,
about
I just have
one
follow-up thought on this. When you said again, this is who we are. It's striking because, again, using the sort of 300 Battle of Thermopylae analogy, it's the most famous historical last stand for a reason, and it's partly because of the landscape. It's partly because of the true overwhelming nature of the odds. Whether you're watching a fictionalized version of that or not, Leonidas knows that the soldiers next to him, every Spartan knows that the soldier next to him, they don't have to check to see if the soldier is still in position, right?
Right.
The spear wielder does not need to check in a Spartan phalanx to see if the shield is up next to him. Because if the soldier next to him is alive, the Spartan, is doing the right thing. He is doing exactly what he should be doing in that moment. That is why, more so than Greeks as a whole, more so than Roman legionaries, more so than samurai, more so than this, and I'm not saying Spartans are the best ever, but what they are most famous for is that a Spartan is a Spartan. They fight in a way that is Spartan. Every Spartan is going to do exactly what they are supposed to do. It just so happens that in that example, what they are going to do is they are going to fight literally, and they're going to fight really, really well until they're no longer able to fight. The irony here is that, so when Leonidas says Spartans fight, he doesn't have to give them instructions on how to do that in the right way. They're Spartans. And it's so interesting because we were never directly trained to not fight as MAGA, but it's kind of interesting because that's his Leonidas moment there. When you say this is who we are, imagine the faith that somebody like Donald Trump has, the faith we're expressing all this faith in him, in this movement over the last 24 hours. But how much faith do you have to have in your base to know that when you do that, when you say that, when you have that kind of emotion, considering what's happening there, that we're all going to do the right thing. Why? Because this is MAGA. This is Sparta. This is what we do. We are peaceful. It is who we are, because we're the ones that if we fought would win, and it wouldn't be close. And because we're the ones who would win, we don't have to fight, which is why it is weak when you call for violence. It is weak. It is a weak constitution that leads you to call for violence. It is fear. We all know that we could fight. This is why we get so hard on that stuff. It's not just because we're afraid of people trying to fed up us and get shows canceled and get people put on lists and all that. It's not just that. It's that it is a weak constitution move. It is the sign of a frightened, scared ideology that does not know what to do and is backed into a corner. The moral choice, the right choice, the brave choice, the strong choice is to not fight, because there are so many ways we can win this without fighting. And that moment encapsulates it all beautifully. And one more point, you mentioned J6. We can talk about this again later on. J6. But when you look at the other audience who has been brainwashed against us, largely using something like J6 about the nature of Trump supporters, we don't have to fight them with a story now about how we're peaceful. It could not have been proven in any more direct a manner as it was on Saturday. It is MAGA is peaceful and MAGA is strong.
Imagine that, guys. Love me some Badlands Media. Hang on one second here. That. Elon Musk, look at that. Look at all them faces. Cat turd reposted. Biden's dropping out, will not endorse Kamala Harris. Crazy. You didn't know, it's a Tennessee guy. Love me some Tennessee stuff. Let's see, not buying it, just humans reposted. This is all wish casting from Biden's outsiders. Let's see, multiple sources outline the apparent state of play on the Bidens at the time. We'll see. Julie Kelly, let's see. Once again, let's see. Who's doing this? Let's start this over right here. Let's see what they got to say.
It's inevitable in American democracy. It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, and God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. You know, from the beginning, our founders understood the power of passion, so they created democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. In American democracy, where arguments are made in good faith. In American democracy, where the rule of law is respected.
Well, they use democracy a lot, don't they? American democracy.
Dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities.
Republic.
We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives
We
for this
are a
country.
republic.
We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together.
That's from the White House. I don't believe he wrote that garbage. Who's this? Make America Great Once Again. Look what Elon's posting or sharing anyway. Declaration of memes. Every recent movie on Netflix, white man is the villain, black man is the hero, gay guy is the voice of reason, women has the balls, dad is an idiot, mom is the breadwinner, children are sexualized. Boy, oh boy. We're winning that battle though, guys. We are winning that battle. Oh boy. Look at there. So you got Cat Turd posting that, and then Andrew Tate's reply, "Why do you care? Your eggs dried up decades ago." That is great. I don't follow Andrew Tate very much, man, but my son likes him. So who's this? Freedom is a merit. Freedom and merit is what America should be about. That's pretty cool, Elon. All right, guys, where's my, let's see, John Harold. J.D. Vance owes his entire career to Peter Thiel, who helped create the domestic terror. Panel, well, yeah, for the CIA that targets Trump supporters and detractors alike. UnlimitedHangout.com. Look at that. These are the guys, man. Well, that's pretty cool. We're just burning up some time here. That's 7 minutes, guys. The Julian Rum, the water tower shooter is a distraction. Oh. Possible second shooter, I don't know. I don't know. There could have been. Lou Dobbs. Oh, this must be his account. They shared it for him. Let's see, Burning Bright, great guy. Never met him personally, but you know. Here, there's Truth. Great Lou Dobbs has just passed away. That's where I saw it. I have a Truth account. I have a Resolute Exposure Truth account, though. Just Human Repo. You are a frame, you are support. People will be lost. People will be terrified. People will reject. People will need to be guided, not afraid. We will succeed. Timing is everything. Where's my daily memes at? Look, Just Human is done. Stuff. Look, he's doing the Twitter thing too. Succeed timing is everything. Which one is this one?
The photographer who got that, the most iconic.
Listen.
But what's the image? What is the image that you think of? You think of him with his fist in the air. Shout out to Evan Vucci, who is the photographer who got that, the most iconic version there. But that's the image you think of. So when you talk about foreign nations and they're not answering the phone with Biden and Blinken and they're waiting for Donald Trump, leave aside readings of game theory and fifth gen warfare, the Q plan, the plan to save the world. Just look at this as a story. Let's just say, based on the public story, who's the president of the United States right now? It's Joe Biden, right? That's what we're told. Let's just go with that. Joe Biden is the president of the United States right now. Who leads the United States of America right now? Every single human being with two brain cells to rub together to make a third knows, if they didn't know already, with that image, Donald Trump is the leader of the United States of America. It has nothing to do with who is the president of the United States right now. And I'm not even talking devolution. I'm not talking Q. Everyone knows. And that actually leads us back to maybe the why of why we both were thinking of social permission in the immediate aftermath of that. In some ways, you might think when we say everyone has social permission now to endorse Trump, people in this community are like, what are you talking about? There's been social permission since 2016. He's the best candidate. He's got the best policies. But we've seen these people around us and our friends and family in this nation, 40% of the nation, whatever number you want to put on it, not to mention brainwashed Europeans, etc., that they hate them. They shame you. They demonize you. And I think that imagery and that statement there, who is the leader of the United States, that has been codified on Sunday, July 14th. Everyone knows. You cannot imagine walking into a bar right now in freaking San Francisco and trying to insult Donald Trump without somebody having to say something to say about it. And that's, I think, when you're touching on the foreign leaders, all plans aside, all game theory aside, it is so clear to them that this is Donald Trump's country. This is Donald Trump's movement. He is our chosen leader. He represents what the United States is and what we want the United States to be. And everyone knows it. Everyone on all sides of the game board know it. And the other side hates it. The media hates it. The deep state hates it. Fuck you. That's our guy. And like, I think everybody feels so energized right now in this movement that if you have been holding on to any sort of bit of this, it doesn't even have to be an aggressive thing. It can just be open, proud, truly proud support of that guy. There is not a person worth their salt, especially a man worth their salt in this world right now, that would not want that as the image of their leadership. And other countries are paying really close attention to that. You're absolutely right. Besides the leadership, imagine how people in these nations, right? Imagine if you're in a place like the EU, like this fake little bullshit commie collective that's funded by the Americans that you demonize all the time, and looking at our guy, and then looking at Emmanuel Macron slithering his way through NATO meetings, and looking at that. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed about their leadership, and it's because it's a direct comparison with our leadership, which is summed up in that image.
Furthermore, those people look to America to symbolize what they want their country to become. They look to America and they look at the good and the best that America has to offer and the features that we have, in particular our freedoms, of course, and they want that for their country. But then they look and see this, and they've watched the lawfare, they've watched the lies and the smears and everything else that's been thrown against Trump, and then now this. And if this had gone a different way, I don't think it's far-fetched that maybe a year from now, we're feeling like a World War I type scenario.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out of line for me to throw that out there, because the Archduke Ferdinand assassination seemed completely unrelated to everything else going on in Europe, but that is
the benefit of hindsight.
But in hindsight, it was like, oh, that's at least one of the key, if not the key event that kicked off World War I, right? So it's not hard to imagine a scenario where other foreign countries are looking at the US and they're waiting for Trump to get back in office. An event happens and it goes differently, and the world's a completely different place. And like the political makeup of other nations is impacted because of that.
Right.
Just like it'll be impacted because of this, because that morale BB was talking about. What was the morale in those foreign countries who looked to the U.S. for guidance and for support and inspiration? And what was their I guess we did a temperature check. What was the morale last week compared to now? It's just high. It's boosted like ours is, because they see what's possible. Yes, they see that we have a guy who will fight the deep state, who will fight for us. And they want that same type of guy they want that type of champion in their country for them. And they almost watched our champion go down. So I think of course it's a bigger impact on us, but I think the reverberations of this throughout the world are absolutely massive. And we already knew Trump was hugely popular around the world, right?
Right.
And loved in some places. He's beloved now in places.
Legend.
He's adored. He's a legend now, a worldwide legend.
The Badlands, running the Badlands. Explain those Badlands.
Them guys are good, man. Burning bright. Hang on one second. All right, sorry, guys. Burning Bright and Just Human. Not to take it away from John or Chris Paul or Patrick Gunnels or CanCon Ash or anybody else on Badlands Media, but I have a select group. Everybody has their faves, right? So I have my faves. You know, my favorite, probably the favorite, is Chris Paul. No kidding. People on the porch. Chris Paul is probably my favorite total. Chris Paul is also on Substack, and I'm your moderator. And then from there down, John Harold, Burning Bright, Just Human, Patrick Gunnels, Ashton America. Ashton America, congratulations to you. She won her case. Go check it out. CanCon went over it a little bit. I seen it on X or Truth or something like that anyway. But apparently she took them on. She's not an attorney, but she did it. And then she won, however that worked out. All I saw is that she won. Congratulations, Ashton America. But these are the people that I generally listen to outside of the mainstream media. I get a little bit involved in the mainstream media only because I got to have their version of what the hell's going on. So in order to try to break these things down at these events as they happen, you almost have to be the most uneducated person in the world. It happens. Now you're super dumb. From there, you start asking questions. Now, the more you do it, obviously, the better you get at game theorying these things out. And if you are anybody like the rest of us, as we are, we know that three-letter agencies really and truly play a role in allowing things to happen. The event that happened last Saturday was allowed to happen. Donald J. Trump should have never been on that stage. Not at all. That place was not secure whatsoever. Not in a way that other events have been secured in the past, that kind of thing. So if we're being honest with ourselves, the breakdown, whether it was local authorities, Secret Service, FBI, undercover, whatever the case was, there was a damn breakdown. And in that breakdown, he was allowed to be shot. They were hoping to kill him. We all understand that. And then, as we talked about, God played a role in making sure that didn't happen. It wasn't his day. It wasn't his time. Then we watch him get up and do his thing, holler, fight, fight, fight. Oh, the point is, I forgot the point, which is normal. When these things are allowed to happen, then we're supposed to depend on these same agencies to give us, the truth. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work out that way, And when you watch these gentlemen whose names I've given to you, and ladies, they do a really, really good job of trying to break through all the garbage that's put out there with it to deter you from finding the truth. So I thank them very, very much. Sorry about that. Let's get back into this presentation. Whoa, wait a minute. You know me, I don't want to be taking up the whole screen. I was hoping I could find a Dilly meme team. Let's
If you pull back and look at this thing, strength versus weakness, a bullet couldn't stop Trump. A virus just stopped Biden. You got the nominees of this party getting their butts kissed. Biden's getting his butt kicked by his own party. The Democrats are coming apart. The Republicans are coming together. That's what's happening. If you pull back and look at this thing,
strength versus weakness.
A lot of truth right there, ain't it? A lot of truth right there, huh? There's more just human. Look at that. I see a thing where it said MAGA said make America God again. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not yet seen this. Phantom Shadow, Daily Meme Team. I've not yet seen this, but it's got to be good. They're all usually pretty darn good. So we'll get right into this right here. Hang on. You know me, I got to take myself out of it.
Have you taken a step back and done a little soul searching on things that you may have said that could incite people who are not balanced? Well, I don't think. Here comes the porky fucking pig routine.
Look, I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
Shut the fuck up before you have a fucking seizure, you stuttering retard. Actually, every word that spews out of your demented fucking pie hole is designed to incite violence from unbalanced and unhinged lunatics. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself.
MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. Most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Trump is a threat to this nation. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Trump said if he wins, he'll be a dictator on day one. He means it, folks. We're not going to let that happen over my dead body.
It's time to cool down.
It's a little too late for that, Joe. You might as well have been up on that roof and pulled the trigger yourself. Hey, Joe, where you going with all that blood on your hands? If Joe Biden's mouth is moving, he's fucking lying. This has been another public service announcement, paid for by the Dilly Meme Team.
Them guys, the Dilly Meme Team, they're very, very cool, man. A little bit of language there. Like I said, I never saw the video. Today was the first time for me, too. So, man, amazing, amazing, amazing. Back to the presentation. Dilly Meme Team, let's see. Try this one. We're waiting on Trump, guys. We're waiting on Trump. Here we go.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? The black man. The black man. The black man. What are you doing? What are you doing? The black man. The black man. The black man. The black man.
Into the light of a dark black night.
What are you doing?
They're great. They are great. What do you do when the government becomes a terrorist organization? All right, let's watch. Let's play. Love these guys.
What do you do once the government itself is acting as a terrorist organization? Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. You are the majority.
Powerful. Powerful. Let's see what else. Kind of Harry Potterish. The Dilly Show, which I was not aware of. I don't know much about them, guys. I mean, you're more than welcome to check out them for yourselves.
I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer to us. The answer to us. This is exactly what you're doing today.
This was an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Oh, it's her. Can't you see the girl in front of her?
You got to escort for whatever they need. This is amazing.
It's going to be an iconic picture, forever. Sink in a little bit. Let that sink in a little bit. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Pretty cool. Oh, Ramble Rants. Let's see what this says.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you. God bless America. From this day forward, a new vision will govern.
Amazing. Ooh. All right, guys. These guys are good. Let's watch.
and the blood will dry underneath my nails, and the wind will rise up to fill my sails. See, you can't die, and you can't hate, but I know no matter what it takes, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming. Still far away from where I belong, but it's always darkest before the dawn. See, you can doubt and you can hate, but I know no matter what it takes, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday, and all my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
Nice. Guys, I'm just waiting on Trump, man. We're waiting on Trump. As soon as he comes on stage, I'll quit. This is Dilly Meme Teams, man. I'm just playing some of their videos. They make great ones, or they share them from other people that make great ones. Been playing some all things American, some Burning Bright and some Just Human. Maybe I can find some Chris Paul and hang on, just give me a sec. Let's listen to this right here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amazing. What is this one? We saw this one. All right. Let's play. Trump's still not out. Let's try it. Let's try it. ACDC.
wall was built, stopped invasion in its tracks. Border caravans on the wall, and they turned back. Border, what we face is a crime, we know what to do. Border, and we knew Biden, Gallego, and Blue. Border, Democrat bums breaking our hearts. The border's a mess, tears people apart. We've been border struck.
Different.
I am officially running for President of the United States. Robin Mueller, Comey, Ray, China virus, RFK, Jim Acosta, Russia, overturning Roe. Lux McCarthy to the Dixon, crazy Nancy, communism, North Korea, born in Kenya, Barry Santoro. Roger Stone, drain the swamp, Ramaswamy, Taiwan, Kanye, the Queen and I, Mike Lindell, the pillow guy, laptop, Keto Pete, Hunter Biden, crack feed, Mariano, Jim Psaki, Beta Gisbert, goodbye. He didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Guatemala, Molotov, Kaepernick and Provorov, Herschel Walker, Charamilla, Kami, TikTok, Michael Code, Meatball, Avenatti, Rand Paul, Ivermectin, tap calls, iconic mugshot, Epstein, Weinstein, Dilly's got a meme team, Laura Luma, Rosen, Jack Masovic, Pakistan, Little Marco, Pencil Neck, censorship by Big Tech, Maddie Gates, Nancy Mace, Trouble fed by Nunez. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't hide it. We tried to hide it. WikiLeaks, blogs, source, Scotland, pizza, children lost. Page did FBI, Adam Schiff, another lie. James Woods built the wall. Cisco, Lacey, baseball. Seth Rich, homicide. Haitian children off inside. Trump rally, enter Space Force, Melania, Ron Paul, Ross Perot. Afterwards, a must go. Gorsuch, quarantine, Kavanaugh, and ACB. Bloody Mika, Psycho. China's in the Congo. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. New York Times, little kid, fake news strikes again. Michael Flynn, Kraken, Ukraine invasion. Prince in Arabia, British Royals mania. Horse face, CNN. Mike Pence, not a friend. Deep State, Twitter X, China spy, Swallows X. Trump votes thrown away. What else do I have to say? He didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Arizona, Gary Lake, Cyber Ninja, votes of fate. Peter Strahd, Dubois, Russia Gate, Black Rock, Trixie Booty, Alex Stein, Gomez on the airline, Soleimani in Iran, pull out in Afghanistan, J6 torture, go inside, trans violence on the rise, China threats, FEMA camps, people met, stranded vets, Biden's always down their shore, but there's broken every law, retribution, this is war, we can't take it anymore. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world was turning. We didn't start the fire. We didn't hide it, but we tried to hide it. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world was turning. We didn't start the fire. We didn't hide it, but we tried to hide it. We start the fire. It was always burning since the world was turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
That was cool, man. I guess they're trying to say there's a guy right there. Okay, hang on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. One second. Guys, hang on. I see that Hogan's up there at the moment. Wouldn't you make me mad because I pay for Epoch Times? Yep. Something's not correct at the moment. Hang on.
So, guys, I've known Donald Trump for over 35 years. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just had a flashback. I just had a flashback, man. This is really tripping. The last time I was up on stage, Donald Trump was sitting at ringside at the Trump Plaza. I was bleeding like a pig, and I won the world title right in front of Donald J. Trump. And you know something? He's going to win in November, and we're all going to be champions again when he wins. And like I said, I've known that man for over 35 years, and he's always been the biggest patriot, and he still is. He's always told you exactly what he thought, and he still does, brother. And no matter the odds, he always finds a way to win. And when he's back in our White House, America is going to start winning again. You know, guys, over my career, I've been in the ring with some of the biggest, some of the baddest dudes on the planet. And I've squared off against warriors, ooh yeah, savages. And I've even, like I said, body slammed giants in the middle of the ring. And I know tough guys. But let me tell you something, brother. Donald Trump is the toughest of them all. They've thrown everything at Donald Trump. All the investigations, the impeachments, the court cases, and he's still standing and kicking their butts. You know, we never had it better than the Trump years. Back then, we had a thriving economy. We had strong borders. We had safe streets. We had peace and respect around the world. But then we lost it all in a blink of an eye. Crime is out of control. The border is out of control. The price of food and gas and housing is out of control. And the only person who can clean this up is Donald Trump. You know, guys, I really, really love this country. And I've lived the American dream. And I want my kids, your kids, and all those little teeny Hulkamaniacs out there to live the American dream too. This November, guys, we can save the American dream for everyone. And Donald Trump is the president who will get the job done. So all you criminals, all you lowlifes, all you scumbags, all you drug dealers, and all you crooked politicians need to answer one question, brother. What you gonna do when Donald Trump and all the Trumpomaniacs run wild on you, brother? God bless you, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president and CEO of the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Wow. And there you have it. Perhaps a little bit of nostalgia for those people. The most famous wrestler in the world, Hulk Hogan, full-throated endorsement for former President Trump. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with more.
A painting that has true beauty. I imagine it's like a door. The artist holds the key to open the door and bring people to a purer world. A world where people are more compassionate.
They would hoodoo us, wouldn't they? Make you believe it. Donald Trump was fixed to be talking out there right after, right after, right after Hulk Hogan. If you're not familiar with who he is, I got all teary-eyed over his speech. Hang on, guys. I obviously got.
In my tummy, it's kind of like gently
mute this real
radiating out, you know, a kind of a very comforting.
Okay, better. I had to mute that. You could hear it through the background. Well, you know, I was going to do the Devolution series, right, with Patel Patriot on devolution.link. Try to get back into swing of things like like I've been doing. And then no. Then Donald J. Trump's supposed to speak at the RNC, so I really thought that was a little bit more important than Devolution.link. I think Patel Patriot would agree. So here we are, waiting. He may outlast me. May have to shut it down, right? We've already been 2 hours. Hang on, guys. It don't look good. I really thought we was.
From a kiss.
Yeah. As we were saying it off screen, who else could blow somebody a kiss while he's got his fist in the air? Only Donald Trump could pull that off. And then, when have you last seen a convention where Hulk Hogan is followed by Franklin Graham offering a prayer on behalf of the candidate? It shows this broad spectrum that the new Republican Party is putting together. And as I was saying earlier, it reminds me of the late 1970s when I was working in the oil fields. And I worked with welders and steam fitters and pipe fitters, and they were all saying, you know, we voted for Jimmy Carter, but we feel betrayed. And when Ronald Reagan came along, they said, this is what we've been waiting for. And it was this great realignment. And that's where the Reagan Democrats came from. And they stuck with Reagan for the entire 8 years and through most of the H.W. Bush presidency. And that goes back to that realignment that we talked about earlier. You get that. Look, two other groups that people don't realize that Trump is reaching out to. 50 million cryptocurrency investors in the United States. Trump is coming down very strongly on the side of cryptocurrency. And they are paying attention to it, even though we may not be. And anybody who gets tipped for a living. I was at Katz's Deli earlier today, the famous Katz's Deli, and my waiter said he preferred his tip in cash. And so I gave it to him in cash, and I said, you know, if you vote for Donald Trump, it won't matter because he is saying no tax on tips. And I've started writing that on the reaction. They love it. My taxi driver, I told him, and he said, oh, I'm all ready for Trump. He said, I moved here from Georgia. It used to be a communist country, and not the state Georgia, but the one next to Armenia. And he said, I'm all ready for him. And he knew that there was no tax on tips. How many waiters, waitresses, hair people, drivers, the people who get tipped in this country, That must be 50 million of those as well. And that message is spreading, no tax on tips. Why should people have to pay tax on their tip? Why should they have to hide their tip income? Just don't tax the tips. Because if you have a rising level of prosperity, you don't worry about what the tax rate is. And it goes to what you were saying.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more, Bart. I think what we're seeing is, as JD Vance mentioned yesterday, broadening of the tent and bringing more and more people in. I've been observing over the last few days, and we've seen African Americans, Asians, Hispanics. We've seen young and old. We've seen men and women. We've seen all walks of life. And I mean, I don't think it gets any more stark that from Hulk Hogan, to Franklin.
Javier, we're going to have to pause it here for a moment. I apologize to interrupt. Eric Trump is speaking at the RNC. We're going to toss it over there.
Good evening, America. "8 years ago, my father sat our family down. He spoke of a nation in decline, of dreams slipping away, of a future endangered by failed leadership and broken promises. It was in that moment I knew my father had made a decision that would forever change our lives. We realized he had chosen to step into the arena, to fight for the soul of America. He decided to leave behind the comforts of an unbelievable business empire, to leave behind everything he had ever built, to answer the call to serve our nation. Unlike his predecessor, it was not a decision born out of necessity. Unlike the current president, it was not a decision that would enrich his family. Rather, it was a decision made out of love for this country and a deep concern for America's future. My father was clear it would not be easy, that there would be a huge price to pay, and that the attacks would be vicious. Looking back, that was an understatement. The made-up Russia hoax, the sham impeachments, the efforts to destroy an unbelievable company, a company that I run today, the efforts to cancel us, to silence him, to gag his free speech, and to drag him through every radical left courthouse in America, to take his life. Yet through it all, he's shown unwavering courage and determination, not just in public, but in every private conversation with me and our family. He stood tall, fueled not by personal ambition, but by a profound love for this country and a love for all of you, the American people. That man is my father. That man is the 45th president and soon to be 47th president of the United States. That man is Donald J. Trump. Each time I've stood on the stage, America has been at a dire crossroads. In 2016, many people began to doubt the promise of America. Our economy was struggling, jobs were scarce, our standing on the world stage was weak at best. Veterans were forgotten, our military was in shambles, our educational system was broken, ranked 30th in the world. He could no longer tolerate an inept administration that handed $150 billion to Iran, a country that chants death to America, or witness the continued attacks on our Constitution and our religious liberty, or see the disrespect shown to our unbelievable law enforcement officers who are being disarmed, defunded, and persecuted each and every day. He could no longer stand to see words like Christmas stripped from public use, or the Pledge of Allegiance removed from our schools. But my father saw potential where others saw despair. Donald Trump built the New York City skyline. He did so during a time when businesses were turning away from the city he loved. Crime was rampant. The streets were dirty. But he had the Midas touch, and he turned those streets and neighborhoods into gold. He faced every challenge with tremendous vision and grit. As he did during the 2016 election, he rolled up his sleeves. He remained unapologetic. He did not care to be politically correct. He restored hope. He restored a voice to millions of Americans who had been ignored. He restored the American dream. Under my father's leadership, the economy climbed to record heights. Jobs were created at an unthinkable pace. Unemployment reached historic lows across all demographics. Wage growth soared. He cut taxes for hardworking families and businesses. He slashed regulations. We saw the greatest 401k increase in American history. People bought their first homes in an environment that saw 2 to 3% interest rates. They started their families. My father made the United States energy independent with the lowest gas prices in decades. My father made the United States safe. Our borders were closed. There was peace in the Middle East. Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the terrorists were dead. My father made the United States respected again, with the courage to walk into countries like North Korea, with the courage to impose tariffs on China, and with the courage to tear up trade deals that cost Americans their jobs. He brought manufacturing back to America. Small businesses flourished. He did what he promised. He put America first. We were winning. Donald Trump made America great again. But he also created a movement that threatened the special interests in the political elites, a movement that cast a bright light on the institutions weaponized against the American people. You see it in our schools. God bless the moms who fought back. You see it in your workplace. You see it on every news station, in every newspaper. You see it in the military. The most iconic military installations on planet Earth are stripped of their identity and renamed. Fort Bragg, Benning, Fort Hood. You see it in Hollywood. You see it in our two-tier judicial system. They don't even hide it anymore. My father has been censored. The former president ripped off to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, while terrorist organizations remain intact. My father has been persecuted, targeted by far-left Democrats, funded by special interest groups, and hand-picked judges. My father has been pulled off the ballots of states, radical justices attempting to defy the will of millions of Americans who adore who he is and what he stands for. My father even became the target of an assassin who almost killed America's single greatest hope for our future. The swamp is terrified of this incredible movement. They're terrified of it. They're terrified of you and the tens of millions of people watching us on TV right now. They've tried everything to keep him from you, everything, to destroy his legacy, to destroy his family. They have failed, and they will not win. I love my Florida delegation right here. My father stands before you with the most votes of any Republican candidate in the history of our nation. He has defied the predictions of every political pundit. He fills stadiums across our country. He energizes Americans to the issues facing this nation and does so with unvarnished honesty. He is not a threat to democracy. He is a threat to those who despise our republic, many whom are bought and sold, bribed and coerced, people who have never signed the front of a check and who have been dependent on the government their entire adult lives. Today, as it was in 2016, America's at that crossroads again. Energy prices are soaring. Interest rates are crippling. Everything is unaffordable. The US dollar has been diminished. Inflation has made it impossible for Americans to live, to save for their future. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Our border is out of control. Millions are dead and displaced in Russia and Ukraine, a war that has no end and a war that we are funding. The Middle East has become a hornet's nest. Our greatest ally, Israel, totally under siege. Fentanyl is killing our youth and destroying families, while the current administration stands idly by, hoping their inaction will import illegal votes. Crime terrorizes our cities and our suburbs as far-left policies handcuff police. Male athletes, guys my height, 6'5", are swimming in women's sports. Destroying the dreams of young girls who have trained every minute of their lives. We no longer trust our elections. We no longer trust our judicial system, and we no longer believe that our government is working in our best interest. In spite of where we are today as a nation, I'd like to speak to every American. To the homeless veteran sleeping under a bridge as illegal immigrants are housed in the most expensive hotels in New York. I'm sorry. We know it's wrong, and we will fix it. To the single mother who can no longer afford her rent, afford groceries, and has been forced to work 3 jobs. I'm sorry, it does not have to be this way. To the parents who lost a son or daughter to fentanyl, including the incredible woman that spoke the other night, while an administration does absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, your government can do so much better, and it will. To the children who are being brainwashed instead of learning the fundamentals in school, I'm sorry, there are teachers who care, and my father will empower them. To the law enforcement officers, our brave border patrol, Secret Service agents who work every single day to protect our communities, knowing damn well that the system will throw you under the bus, I'm sorry. We will stand behind you. To commuters often petrified to take a bus, take a train, or walk the streets in cities across our nation, I'm sorry. That man right there will fix this. To the construction workers, to the middle-class families, to the families with children with disabilities, families who can no longer afford medical benefits or to take a vacation, I'm sorry, we will make America great again. And to my father, who has been ruthlessly silenced, slandered, and attacked by a corrupt administration, I'm sorry. We know, and America knows, that they're not just after you, they're after all of us, and you just happen to be standing in their way. To all Americans watching tonight, the greatest retribution will be our success. Success not just for ourselves, but for our grandchildren and our children. Under President Donald J. Trump, the swamp will be drained. America will be respected. Our cities will be safe. Our streets will be clean. And our border will once again be secure. We will have peace. We will have prosperity. Your hard-earned tax dollars will enrich a better America, not be squandered in corrupt foreign nations. Education will be handed back to the states. We will no longer be 30th in the world. We will be first. Our children will understand family, our children will have values, and our children will love God. Our country will prioritize free speech, respect freedom of religion, and honor our Constitution. As his son, I've never been more proud of a person in my life. A man who has defied all odds more than once. A man who believed in the promise of America when others turned away. A man who saw a nation in need of a champion and answered that call with unwavering determination and courage. A man who survived a bullet that was intended to eliminate him permanently from our future and from our family. Never have I been more proud to be a Trump. Never have I been more proud to stand by my father's side. I remain incredibly honored to be part of this journey, a journey with all of you, a journey to save the greatest country on earth, a journey with the most incredible people I have ever met. Dad, 5 days ago, Laura, Luke, Carolina, and I held our breath as we saw blood pour across your face. By the grace of God, divine intervention, and your guardian angels above, you survived. You are the greatest fighter I have ever seen. You are strong, you are full of life, and you are unapologetic. Your optimism is contagious. Your backbone is unbreakable. Your conviction to fight for what is right and against all that is wrong is truly next level. The whole world saw your strength as you stood up. You wiped the blood off your face, and you put your fist in the air in a moment that will be remembered as one of the most courageous acts in the history of American politics. You shouted, "Fight, fight, fight!" I'm honored to be your son. I'm honored to speak to our great nation tonight. You are a true leader. You epitomize strength. Our country loves you. Our country appreciates you. Our country misses you. And on November 5th, our country will re-elect you as the 47th President of the United States of America. Good night, Milwaukee. God bless you all.
And coming back in studio after the son of former President Trump, Eric Trump, just speaking there. There's excerpts coming out right now of the former president's speech. And, from all accounts, he's the one that's written the speech. And there's a big message of unity. And so far, looking through it, I don't see many messages or even naming of President Biden, maybe a mention here of the administration here and there, but no direct message. What do you make of that possibility, Bart?
I hope that's how it goes. I think, this is his night. It's not Joe Biden's night. He should not be talking about Joe Biden. Eric talked a little bit about it, but Donald Trump should be talking about his vision for all Americans and for all Americans to rise together in prosperity and in faith in God, faith in the American experiment, the American system of government, the American dream, and confidence in themselves. And that you talk to young people and they've been told for half their lives that America is bad and is wrong and they're embarrassed. And to restore that pride, we're still the country that people stand in line and wait for years to get here. You go to any embassy, anywhere in any foreign country, you see people standing in line for hours just trying to get a visa to come here. This is the last best hope of mankind. And to restore that confidence in America, that's what I think you're going to see him talking about tonight.
We're going to go back down to the floor of the convention where Iris Tao, NTD's White House correspondent, is standing by. Iris? Looks like Iris is getting ready for us. And we will come to Iris once she gets communications established with us. In the meantime, we're getting ready to hear from CEO of the UFC, Dana White, close friend and ally of former President Trump. They've established a bond and a friendship back in the early days of UFC. I've heard Dana White say before that he has kind of an unwavering friendship with former President Trump because a lot of people doubted him in those early days, but former President Trump stood by him. What do you make of that, Javier?
Well, I mean, I think Donald Trump has really a cadre of people.
All right, guys, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's 10 o'clock. I was really trying to play the Trump stuff, but They're persistent. That's all I can say. They're out there partying for the RNC when us regular folk are waiting to hear on our champion, and they just keep pushing it. Oh, maybe somebody. It's conspiracy theory. Anyway, check this out.
Trump has left the building.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive. Breaking news out of Palm
The
Beach,
FBI
Florida.
has executed an unprecedented search warrant at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The former president has both sides of the political aisle up
Is
in
a
arms.
dangerous and unstable moment in American history.
The Justice Department has just indicted former President Donald Trump.
For 7 years, they hated him, they targeted him, they hunted him.
This is the epitome of the abuse of the prosecutorial power to preempt political decisions.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country, and we will make America great again. America will always rise to every challenge and overcome every danger.
Donald Trump seems to always get stronger when challenged. These types of things, I think, give him strength.
When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state.
As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail.
It's pretty good, ain't it, man? That's what is that? A Trump Vance video, guys. I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time till they get our champion up there. Later than what I want to be. Just I'm pretty sure like everybody else. I'm hitting Twitter here. X. Whatever. There's our man. Look at that.
Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Pretty cool. Okay.
So I think this agency does an extraordinary job of developing leaders. From a very early stage, we hire agents and officers and we put them in positions of authority and we enable them to make decisions. And that does develop some great quality leaders, and our agency is full of them. And I look forward to a day where we're able to talk about this agency and whoever is leading this agency and not have to distinguish, oh, they're the second female or the fifth or the sixth, and that diversity is just part of this agency, and it's not even thought about. So I think this agency does an extra.
Yeah, that says a lot, don't it? Tony V. So I don't know if y'all had heard, but this is I believe it's his granddaughter.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kai Madison Trump. I am the granddaughter of Donald Trump. I'm speaking today to share the side of my grandpa that people don't often see. To me, he's just a normal grandpa. He gives us candy and soda when our parents aren't looking. He always wants to know how we're doing in school. When I made the high honor roll, he printed it out to show his friends how proud he was of me. I know. He calls me during the middle of the school day to ask how my golf game is going and tells me all about his. But then I have to remind him that I'm in school and I'll have to call him back later. When we play golf together, if I'm not on his team, he'll try to get inside of my head. I know. And he's always surprised that I don't let him get to me. But I have to remind him I'm a Trump too. Even when he's going through all of these court cases, he always asks me how I'm doing. He always encourages me to push myself to be the most successful person I can be. Obviously, he sets the bar pretty high, but who knows, maybe one day I'll catch him. On Saturday, I was shocked when I heard that he has been shot, and I just wanted to know if he was okay. It was heartbreaking that someone would do that to another person. A lot of people have put my grandpa through hell, and he's still standing. Grandpa, you are such an inspiration, and I love you. The media makes my grandpa seem like a different person, but I know him for who he is. He's very caring and loving. He truly wants the best for this country, and he will fight every single day to make America great again. Thank you very much.
he actually empowered it, allowed it to prosper, and we were energy independent at the time. What happens when you're energy independent means you don't depend on nations like China, Russia, Venezuela, and I dare say even Iran to provide you with the energy that you need to run the country. The demand and the use of energy and oil did not go away. We were simply buying it from someone else. And so I think, you know, there were some basic tenets that he adhered to. Maybe it's because he was a businessman, but whatever it was, ultimately it was good for the American.
Play some highlights and we can chat about it.
But when it comes to that, you know, we've heard Trump say several times, oh, under me, there weren't any wars. And if he had remained president, there wouldn't have been these current wars that we're seeing. But given that we do have these current wars, right? Yesterday was national foreign policy as the main theme. It had a lot of focus on military families as well and what they've gone through, their service to this country and why we are who we are. When it comes to that, though, how do you see Trump tackling all these current ongoing wars?
Let me tell you, when I was a young foreign service officer, a young diplomat, I studied Arabic. I just thought I wanted to learn a hard language. And if they were going to pay me to go to school and pay me a salary, give me the longest language I can. And so I learned Arabic and I became sort of the accidental Arabist. I've always been a Zionist all my life. And I wanted to study Hebrew and spend my first tour in Jordan and my second tour in Israel. The State Department said, oh, absolutely not. You work either one side of that or the other. That conflict was so intractable that the United States Department of State would not address it. Trump came in and he started pushing the Abraham Accords, and he was only able to do that because he recognized Israel's right to exist and the fact that Israel is the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people, and because we were energy independent. And so we were the dominant force in the world. And the oil producing nations said, well, we can't put in, you know, an oil shock. We can't cut back because we are no longer the swing producer of oil. The United States is the swing producer of oil. That kind of strength let him take a diplomatic, make a diplomatic breakthrough that nobody had been able to achieve, certainly since 1948 and really for centuries. But because America was strong, America got Israel to trust us, and then we got the Arab nations to trust us, and we united with them against the common enemy of Iran. And that's how you create those things. You don't address a war by taking the war head on. You address a war by going around it and eliminating the context that led to that war and the factors that are feeding that war. Javier talked about the $150 billion that we gave. Oh, no, it was Eric Trump that said that. $150 billion we gave to Iran. If we're not paying them, then they can't buy wars.
And there on stage now is Dana White, the CEO of UFC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dana White. I am the CEO and president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So 2 weeks ago, I got a call from President Trump asking me if I'd be willing to speak tonight. As usual, there was no pressure, no demands. He asked me as a friend, and of course I said yes. Then, after I accepted his offer, he sent me a text message, and I just want to read to you a little piece of what President Trump wrote to me. Dana, I'm so honored that you will be doing the introduction at the National Republican Convention. Think of it as the biggest fight you ever had, a fight for our country and even the world. I only wish you didn't have to interrupt your family trip, but I hope they understand they love you and they know how important this is. Now think about this. This man's running for president of the United States. He's fighting for the future of this country, and he's concerned about interrupting my family trip. That's the President Trump that I know, a man who truly cares about people. The mainstream media likes to push the narrative that he doesn't care about anyone but himself. I absolutely know that's not the truth because I've been friends with this guy for 25 years. And for the people who know me, they'll know this is true. I just want to make something very clear. Nobody in the Trump campaign has ever told me what to say. Nobody tells me what to say, and I'm nobody's puppet. And I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. And I know President Trump. I know President Trump is a fighter. I've been saying this since 2015. Now look at what's happened over the last 10 years. We have all seen it with our own eyes. I'm in the tough guy business, and this man is the toughest, most resilient human being that I've ever met in my life. The higher the stakes, the harder he fights, and this guy never, ever gives up. So what's at stake here? The answer is in President Trump's text, and I quote, "A fight for our country." I know why he's running for president again. Why else would he put himself through everything he's dealt with just to get back here? We all know he doesn't need this. This guy's got a great life. He has a beautiful family, and he has achieved everything that you could possibly achieve in life. I know President Trump is literally putting his life on the line for something bigger than himself, and he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country. And I know he wants what's best for the American people, all American people. I know he's running for president to save our American dream. I'm living the American dream, and I know the American dream is very real. Whether you were born in this country or came here from someplace else, this is the last real land of opportunity. President Reagan once said, "Government's first duty is to protect the people, not run their lives." And if you're buried in government red tape, how will you ever start your own business? If you're struggling to pay your bills, how can you ever afford to start a family? And if you don't feel safe in your own town, why would you ever buy a house? I know that President Trump is fighting to save the American dream, and that's what's at stake in this election. We are choosing who we want to lead us in this fight. I know President Trump is a proven leader, a fearless leader, and this country was in a much better place when he was in the Oval Office. In my mind, the choice is clear. But this election, we all get to choose. I know I'm going to choose strength and security. I know I'm going to choose opportunity and prosperity. I know I'm going to choose real American leadership and a real American badass. And I'm not telling you what choice to make, and I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you what I know. I know America needs a strong leader, and the world needs a strong America. I know Donald J. Trump is the best choice for President of the United States. My fellow Americans, it is my honor to introduce the 45th and soon-to-be 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause our flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be Alberta to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit to Houston, from New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you if they fit her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Next to you, defend her still today. But there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Wow. And thank you, Dana. Thank you, Kid Rock, sometimes referred to as Bob. And thank you, Lee, right from the beginning. Thank you very much. What a talent. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you. Friends, delegates, and fellow citizens, I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. Together, we will launch a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we will do it right. We're going to do it right. Let me begin this evening by expressing my gratitude to the American people for your outpouring of love and support following the assassination attempt at my rally on Saturday. As you already know, the assassin's bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. So many people have asked me, what happened? Tell us what happened, please. And therefore, I will tell you exactly what happened. And you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell. It was a warm, beautiful day in the early evening in Butler Township in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Music was loudly playing and the campaign was doing really well. I went to the stage and the crowd was cheering wildly. Everybody was happy. I began speaking very strongly, powerfully, and happily because I was discussing the great job my administration did on immigration at the southern border. We were very proud of it. Behind me and to the right was a large screen that was displaying a chart of border crossings under my leadership. The numbers were absolutely amazing. In order to see the chart, I started to, like this, turn to my right and was ready to begin a little bit further turn, which I'm very lucky I didn't do, when I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. Bullets were continuing to fly as very brave Secret Service agents rushed to the stage, and they really did. They rushed to the stage. These are great people at great risk, I will tell you, and pounced on top of me so that I would be protected. There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. The amazing thing is that prior to the shot, if I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together. The most incredible aspect of what took place on that terrible evening in the fading sun was actually seen later. In almost all cases, as you probably know, and when even a single bullet is fired, just a single bullet, and we had many bullets that were being fired, crowds run for the exits or stampede, but not in this case. It's very unusual. This massive crowd of tens of thousands of people stood by and didn't move an inch. In fact, many of them bravely, but automatically stood up looking for where the sniper would be. They knew immediately it was a sniper. and then began pointing at him. You can see that if you look at the group behind me. That was just a small group compared to what was in front. Nobody ran, and by not stampeding, many lives.
Providence meant God's presence.
I was dead. They knew it was a shot to the head. They saw the blood. And there's an interesting statistic. The ears are the bloodiest part. If something happens with the ears, they why is there so much blood? He said it's the ears. They bleed more.
Sorry for the interruption.
Incredible people.
Ridiculous.
They're incredible people. Bullets were flying over us, yet I felt serene. But now the Secret Service agents were putting themselves in peril. They were in very dangerous territory. Bullets were flying right over them, missing them by a very small amount of inches. And then it all stopped. Our Secret Service from a much greater distance. Incredible people. They're incredible people. Bullets were.
You have to believe this is being done on purpose, man.
But now the Secret Service agents were putting them. I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here. Yeah. Thank you. But I'm not.
To be kidding me.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Supposed to be here.
So they've obviously done, my opinion, this is bullshit on purpose right here. There's either so many people watching, ridiculous. So they've obviously done, my opinion, this bullshit on purpose right here. There's either so many people watching, ridiculous. So they've obviously, my opinion, this bullshit on purpose right here. There's either so many people watching, ridiculous.
I want to thank the fire department and the family. And it was just including from a friend of mine just called up. He sent me a check right here. I just got it. You're right, sir. We appreciate so much what you're doing, but nothing can take the place in the case of Corey and the other two. By the way, they were very, very seriously injured, but now they're doing very well. They're going to be okay. They're going to be doing very well.
President before he returns to work in person.
Bullshit. For 2 fucking hours? Yeah. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. I apologize for my mouth, but that's bullshit, man. We waited how long for this to happen? For them to buffer every damn thing? How convenient, because Hulk Hogan and Dana White and everybody else got to say what the hell they had to say, but all of a sudden Epoch Times has got issues. It wasn't my internet this time. It was them. Bullshit. Bullshit. I appreciate all that's watched my show this evening. I know it's went on for 3 hours. Trump had a lot to say in a short period of time. He said a lot of bullets. A lot of bullets. I believe that's how he said it. A lot of bullets flying by. People stood. They didn't hide. They didn't duck. Those kinds of things. A lot of bullets. The man tells the truth. Most of the time, as far as I can, when it doesn't, anyway. Guys, I will see you Saturday in Nashville for People on the Porch. And, yeah, man, we're going to have a good time there. East Nashville. People on the Porch are on Instagram. They're on all these things, all these social media sites, that kind of thing. And we will get it together, and we're going to have a good time, man. Jamming out with them guys and carrying on. So with that, once again, I absolutely apologize for that there at the end. And I thank you guys. Like, share, follow Brian Riley at Resolute Exposure. Saturday, somewhere around 7 o'clock Central Time. Check me out.
My heart, pumping all day long. Get me the morning when darkness comes. My heart, ooh. It takes so long to mend. It's harder to lean on this shell of a man. You found love in the Lord, your family and your friends. Could you please pray for me that I can find the same within? My heart, pumping all day long. When the evening comes, please stay strong. Give me the morning when darkness falls. My heart, is always at my back. My back is always strapped with these things that I call my own. Life, it isn't always grand, but when you finally take that stand, you become a man. You needed to You meant everything to me. While you left, I could not see. I guess people just do what they want. Yeah. Time, it goes faster every day, and my heart, it leads the way, while the future, it fades into a memory. Is always at my back. My back is always strapped with these things that I call my own.